Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Yasharallah that rule well, and salutations to you Akim that are out there in the highways and the byways, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. And, what we're going to touch on today is, basically not forsaking the assembly of the brotherhood, you know, not, that you should always want to, whenever brethren get together, you should always want to be there, you know, and not be slack and just forsake it, or make up excuses or just look at it as something light, you know. Hey, because being around the brotherhood, man, hey, that's a beautiful thing, you know. It gets you in the spirit. Hey, you might be feeling down, you know, and then just being around the Akim just revives your spirit again.
Okay.
You know, and you might have demons fucking with you, you know, and then being around the brotherhood, it just makes those demons go away, you know, or you could tell the Akim what you're going through, and they might give you they might exhort you, you know. So you know what? Let's start off with that one. Uh, Psalms 133, 133 and 1.
Oh, one more thing, or you already so I can get that. 133 and 1 is it? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. And it says, "Behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity."
Right, cause hey, it's good and it's pleasant, man. Every time you're with the brotherhood, hey, if, more than likely what's gonna happen, you're gonna do a sit down, you're gonna break bread, hey, and if you're not doing any of that, there's still gonna be a spiritual conversations going around, you know. So hey, all of that, and if you really take heed to that, and you see like when you're amongst brethren, man, you just you look at brothers, you look at the whole vibration, and you can't help but smile, because that's a beautiful thing, you know. Hey, the brotherhood and us being able to get together, that's a snippet of the kingdom, you know. That's a small taste of what the kingdom is gonna be, you know.
That's right.
You're taking it lightly, and you don't want to, come to the brother, whenever they get together, you know. So that basically, you're basically saying that you don't want the kingdom, you know. You're basically saying that you're taking it lightly, you know. Because hey, those us getting together, man. That's that's heavy, man. You know, it builds you up. You know, get the one in Proverbs you had.
Oh yeah, got that. So I can get to it.
Yeah, and especially the times we're in right now, man. The times we're in right now, you should constantly, always want to be around the brothers. You know, here in Chicago, we have class 3 times a week. You know, so you should want to make at least one of those classes. You know.
So like 63. Yeah, it's a book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 63, and it reads, "I am a companion of them that fear thee," okay, "and of them that keep thy precepts."
Right. And that's why it's so beautiful when we come together. Why? Because you're with men of like mind. I think somebody had that previous. You're with men of like mind. When you come together with the brotherhood, you're away from niggas, from your woman, from this world, you know. So and you being an Israelite, you're supposed to hate all this, you know. So you should be eager. You should want to be with the brotherhood, you know.
Exactly, and like in the verse you just read in Psalms, it says that being around the brotherhood is like it says it's like a precious ointment. You know, so when you're out here in the world by yourself, you know, you're gonna the demons are gonna attack you. You know, you're gonna feel the pressure from the world beating down on you. But when you come around the brothers, that shit is lifted up. You know, it's like an ointment that heals you, man. And in this truth, you need that all the time, man. Because we're literally all we have. You know, it's not a lot of people that think like us. You know, it's not a lot of people that are spiritual like us. Mainly amongst our people, it's not a lot of people like us. You know, it's a select few that the Lord is dealing with. You know, and to be around each other, that's like a precious ointment, and that heals you from anything. Because a testimony of mine, I was feeling down earlier today, all day. But once I walked in this house, you know, around the brothers, the vibration it automatically changes you, man. And you forget about that, man. Like the brother says, it takes the demons away. They can't be around when you're in the brotherhood, man. But once you seclude yourself from the brotherhood, that's when you start to get pressed, you know, mentally and spiritually, you know. And it's kind of it's a boost when you're around the brotherhood too, you know. Like in the scripture says, it says iron sharpeneth iron. So if you start getting dull, the brothers are around, they sharpen you up again. You know, and that's very necessary and beneficial, man, when you're in this truth, man. You know, because being by yourself and doing that lonely stuff and not, you know, wanting to come gather with people of like mind, you know, that shows that that basically shows that you're losing the faith. Because the faith, being a part of the faith is being with people that are like minded like you, man, that have the same faith as you. You know, it's really all we have, you know, each other.
Right. Here it is. Like the brother was saying, we're outcasts. You know, according to this world. So you know, and we're few in number. You know, so that means you should really be get excited when you have a chance to be able to congregate. You know, and not forsake it and leave it up to the side. You know.
Especially in the times that we coming there, man. Because really, what's going to be going through your head is how all the previous times you've been dealing with the brethren. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. You know what I'm saying? Breaking bread, going over scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And these harsh times. That's what's going to keep you going, man. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's going to put in your mind about being with amongst the brethren in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no lone wolves in the kingdom, man. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that piece of
Okay,
paper.
go
This
ahead.
is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, and yeah, verse 9. It reads, "Two are better than one, okay, because they have a good reward for their labor." Translation says, verse 10. "For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, okay, but woe unto him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up." Hey man, so if you're not amongst the brethren, man, if you're a lone wolf, man, by yourself all the time, man, hey man, woe unto you, man. You know, because you might be going through some shit. Demons might be fucking with you. You
You know,
know,
those seasons will just take over you. You know, you're not gonna have other men to pick you back up, to get you back on track, to let you know, hey, that's a demon. Boom. You know, give you scriptures on how to deal with that. Give you scriptures to comfort you, to be able to fight.
or
You know,
for brothers to exhort you, to uplift you in the spirit, to sharpen your sword and you sharpen their sword.
I got that
You
precept
know,
for you. Right?
you're not getting fed, man.
Uh,
You know, your plant is dying of water, man. It's running out of water, man.
you know.
Again, if verse 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. God. But how can one be warm alone?
Right. You know, so you can't be warm alone. You know, if you want to stay alone and you're constantly just forsaking the congregation, forsaking the assembly, you're eventually gonna get cold. You know, you're eventually gonna fall back into the world. You know, the scriptures say, I'd rather have you hot or cold. You know, and I'd rather be hot, so I'm gonna be around my, my brother. You know,
That's right.
but if you want to be on that lone shit, that I don't care. I don't feel like, yeah, I could hang around with him, but I'm just gonna lay it back. You know, hey, that's a sign of you getting cold. You know, so you better rebuke that. You better get your mind right and be like, damn. Oh shit, this is the only time I have to chill with brother, and I know I won't be able to do it throughout the week because I have to work. You know what? Let me take advantage. You know, let me. Oh damn, I haven't spent time with my baby mama, but what's more spiritual? You know, and the brotherhood. You know,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, I got one. This Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. It says, "Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend." You know. Oh, Salaki. I'm gonna read it one more time. This Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. It says, "Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend."
Right, and if you're not with other men, you know, having spiritual conversations, doing sit downs, breaking bread, and all that, you're just gonna be a dull ass blade, not being able to cut anything. You know, as if you were to chill with brethren, be with brethren all the time, hey man, you'll be the sharpest blade out there. You know, so it's really what, what do you want? You know, you want to be that you want to be sharp, you want to be you want to be hot, you know, or you want to be dull and you want to be cold. You know, hey, you choose. You know,
That's right.
because the brotherhood is a very important thing, man. You know, yeah, and we gotta be able to take advantage of it. You know, the brother just said, hey, in the times we're coming in, you know,
That's right.
we don't know if we're gonna be with each other. You know, hey, and times like this, us getting together, hey, when those times come, JT time and all that, we're gonna cherish these moments, man. We're gonna remember these moments, you know.
Hmm. I got a precept to back you up. This second Ezra is chapter 8, verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." And that's a part of what he was just saying. The stuff that's coming, man, is gonna be very terrible, man. And this is the only time, this is basically the only light we have to take into the times coming, man. You know? I mean, besides ourselves, because we with this truth, we have light in us. But the brotherhood that's a major light to take with you into the times that are ahead of us, man. You know, because say like he just said, if you're by yourself, what are you gonna think upon? You're gonna think upon the brotherhood. You're gonna think upon the scriptures and all the breakdowns that boosted your spirit during those times, man. Those are gonna boost your spirit during those times. And that's why that's beneficial that you come around the brotherhood, because all the stuff is gonna gather in your mind, and you're gonna remember those things, man. And it's gonna keep you sane. It's gonna keep your faith boosted, man.
Right. Hey, damn, you're gonna be like, damn. I remember that one time I went to chill with a brother, and they were talking about this. You
Mhm.
know, they were breaking this down, and they were doing this and that. You know.
Exactly. And it says, "But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee." You know, and if you have this truth and this knowledge, it is mandatory for you to seek out people and be around people that are like you. It's mandatory, or else you're gonna become lukewarm, like the brother said, man. You're gonna be out. You're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna be out there. You're not gonna. It's just the spirit is gonna start to leave you, man. This is basically being around the brothers is a big bubble of energy, man. And when you go into it, it recharges you every time, so you can go back into the world, man. And you need that. You need that. You need study time. You need to watch videos. You know, but ultimately you need to be around the people that are like minded, man.
Mhm.
You know, people that be like thee. You
Okay.
know.
Go ahead.
This Sirach in Apocrypha or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, starting at 14. So like, it says, "Love the Lord all thy life, and call upon Him for thy salvation. Every beast loveth his life, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to the kind, and a man will cleave to his like." You know what I'm saying? So, you part of the brotherhood, man. You know, so you gonna cleave on to brothers that's the same way, that's like minded, that's thinking about the scriptures, that's thinking about hoping to have salvation, man. You know what I'm saying? You have 2/3. You know what I'm saying? They cleaving on to their light. You know what I'm saying? That's why they can't really deal with us. You know what I'm saying? That's Oh, they always talking about the Bible, this, that, and the other, because they're not like-minded, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the men of the Lord are on have the mind state of preparation, man, for the things that's coming. You know,
Mm-hmm. You know, and
if
being
you
with the brotherhood, man, that helps you out a lot.
if you around your woman and stuff, you know what I'm saying. The thing is that you're gonna pretty much be doing things pertaining to the world. You know, because all majority of women there think about things pertaining to the world. So if you're around that a lot, you know what I'm saying, or around guys that bring off that vibration, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna rub off. You know,
That's right. You know, that's why you gotta be continually with men of like mind. You know, so that their vibration can rub up on you instead of the other way around. You know.
you don't want the wrong vibration rubbing off on you. This 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 Philippians chapter 2 verse 2. It says, "Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind." You know what I'm saying? And it depends on which side you want to be on. Like the brother talked about being how the scriptures and Revelations said that I'd rather for you to be hot or cold, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you like-minded, you know what I'm saying, to the brotherhood, they're hot. You know what I'm saying? We that lamp. You know what I'm saying? The lamps are hot when you touch it, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you be cold, like the niggas in the world, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be on the same accord as them. You know?
It's you make your choice. You know.
Trying.
You wanna be a nigga. You wanna not be able to what scripture say, having done all to stand. You know, or you know you want to do everything to be able to stand. You know,
That's right.
and part of that being able to stand is being around brotherhood. You know, the brothers. You know, so you can learn from them. You know, so you can continue to be in the spirit. You may grow. You can't grow by yourself. You know, understanding without readers. How can you unless someone teach you? You know, you constantly gotta be with brothers so you could stay on that fire. You could keep on learning. Your wisdom may grow.
That's right.
Your wisdom is not gonna grow if you're by yourself.
But you got some arguing who teach on their own, you know what I'm saying, who wish that they had what you had, you know what I'm saying? You know? So, take advantage of this since the Lord put you in that situation to be able to be amongst brothers.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because, you ask certain brothers, who camp on their own, now I'm pretty sure they'd tell you that it's hard. If they didn't have the Lord, you know what I'm saying? That is hard, you
That's
know?
right.
Right.
So,
Here it is. You know, this man is wishing. You know, to be part of the brotherhood, but he and you are actually part of the brotherhood, but you're just not what do you say, not taking advantage of it. You're just casting it off. You know, So and if you keep on that vibration, the Lord eventually is gonna speed you up. You know. Go ahead, you got something?
Yeah, this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, yeah, you were been on you. Go ahead.
All right, this.
You called it before me.
All right, this is First Peter chapter 5, starting at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 7. You know what I'm saying? Actually, all right, I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble." You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that with you trying to slide back to be by yourself and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're not being humble, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be around the brethren. You know what I'm saying? It almost seems like you have that, oh, I got it on my own spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? That I could do all good by myself, you know? It says, verse 6, it says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time." You know what I'm saying? Because that's wanting to be by yourself. Because the scripture, the first scripture the brother brought out was to be amongst, forsake not the assembly of the brethren. You know what I'm saying? That's actually that's a commandment. You know what I'm saying? You know, and if you're not humbling yourself underneath that commandment, then you're being proud. You know, and it says in Sirach, I think 12 and 10, it says that as soon as you become proud, you start departing from your maker, man. You know, it says verse 7, it says, "Casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." You know what I'm saying? So Satan is just gonna use that as a avenue. You know what I'm saying? Just to get to pull you out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like how Yahushua has told Peter is that Satan desire to sift you, man, and that's one of the avenues, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a breach in your arm, you know.
Right. Hey, we have examples, man. Right here in Chicago, man. There's been men that they were once with us, and because they spent so much time not congregating, not communicating. You know, they eventually started bugging out. You know, they eventually started just speaking evil, thinking evil about brothers. You know, and just basically hating us. You know, you know, so that you wanna continue on that path. That path is gonna lead you to destruction. You know, the examples are out there. You know.
I got this Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1. It says, "I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called." You know, that's important right there. You were called to do this work, man. The Lord chose you to be a vessel. He didn't have to choose any of us, and he chose us, man. We were supposed to, and that's why the scripture says, when you read this, run with it, man. Don't stop running because you're tired. You know, we at the finish line, man. You know, all this stuff is happening worldwide, man. It's all, the Lord is doing magical things, man. You know, and it's not the time to, you know, start to slow down. You know, it might seem hard, you know, all the suffering, but the suffering is worth it, man. Because like I was watching a video today, the Lord is hardening us into stone, man. So these times coming, we can make it through, man. You know. Then it says, verse 2, it says, "With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering." Long suffering. So it's not time to get weak. We have to still suffer with long suffering. You know? Then it says, "Forbearing one another in love." All right? So and that's how we do that, man. We come together and show our love to each other. and show our love for this faith, for this truth, man. You know, that's the only time we could. All the other times we're out here in slavery, you know, in the fake elements that Esau set up, you know, just trying to make it until the Lord comes back, man. This is the only love we have, really. That's why once we receive this wisdom, we're supposed to keep it around. And the way you keep it around is by keeping your vibration right. And you do that by going around brothers that are like-minded, that are trying to keep their vibration right. So you can sharpen each other, you know? And then it says, there is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. So you were called to do the work, and you were also called into one body. We're all the body. So it's not time to shy away from the body, man. You know, because the Lord's going to come save a remnant. He's going to come save that body, you know, that has faith in him and has faith in his Father, man. He's going to come save that body. It's time. This is the time to really get close to the body. You know, huddle in. You know, it's just getting cold. You know how when you're cold outside, everybody get together. Shit, that's the time. That's what time is starting to come into, man.
Hey, what happens when a certain part of your body stops doing what it's supposed to do? You know, what happens? They chop it off. They amputate it. You know. Hey, so you spiritually that's what's gonna happen if you continue on that path. You know, the Lord is gonna take you out. You're gonna put somebody else in there that actually, you know, wants to be around brothers. You know, actually, you know, will make time, no matter how busy their schedule is, they'll make time to, you know, spend time with brother. You know.
Can I bring this piece about? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 16. And it reads, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding. Hey, so what's the way of understanding, man? It's truth, it's light, man. You know, the brothers, man, the brotherhood, man, they have the understanding of these scriptures, man. Okay, so the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead, man. Hey, so if you wander away, man, you know, slowly, how would what I'm looking for, go away from the brothers,
Drift away.
drift away, you know, not seeking the brothers, not being around them. Hey, man, pretty soon, the Most High is gonna cast you out, man, and you're gonna remain in the congregation of the dead, man. You know, you're not gonna have brothers to sharpen your sword, man. You know, to exhort you, man. You know, to rebuke you, you know, to uplift you, man, in the spirit, man. Hey, man, so pretty soon, you're gonna be dead, man. Your engine's, you're gonna run out of oil. Your engine's gonna, you know, it's gonna break down.
Yep.
You know, hey, man, when shit hits the fan, man, hey, your sword is gonna be dull as hell, man.
No, it's gonna be a broken sword.
Broken
You know,
sword.
like people try to fight with that broken
Yeah.
sword. You know,
You ain't gonna know what to do, man. It's gonna break down, man. The Most High's gonna jack you up even worse, man, because, you know, you knew this truth, man, and you fell out, man. You know, like the scripture says, man, he should have, I'm roughly paraphrasing, that he get more, 4 more stripes.
Yeah.
You know, who knew this truth and falls out, you know.
Who knew his father as well.
You know, hey, that's what's gonna happen to you, man. You know, you knew this truth, you know. You knew the glory of the Most High, you seen the brotherhood, the faith that these brothers had, and, you know, and hey, you do it to the garbage, man. Hey, the Most High's gonna track you up even worse, man, than the regular, you know, 2/3, man, that, you know, they're out there gang banging and doing stupid shit, man, you know. You're more wickeder than them, man.
is that
You know,
God.
you know, you like the top of the 2/3, man. You know,
I like the Mataz Wanya said. He said Matazar Wanya. He said high level 2/3. You know what I'm saying? I had a preset if you was
God, I'm done with it.
done. This Sirach chapter 26 verse 28. It says, there be 2 things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth. Actually, although when it says a man and men of understanding that are not set by, so you already know that it's a wise thing to be amongst the brethren. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just separating yourself, you know what I'm saying? Not using that knowledge, man. You know. And it says, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin, the Lord prepared such a one for the sword. You know what I'm saying? So if you separating yourself, you know what I'm saying, and now you know you don't have brothers around you and stuff, because for the brother brought out the Ecclesiastes 4:9, you know what I'm saying? Two are better than one. You could be slipping up on some things and stuff, and now you piling iniquity upon iniquity, man, going off, and you don't have nobody to check you. You know what I'm saying? And then next, you know, you wondering why all these bad things are happening to you. You know, this is First Peter chapter 3, verse 8. It says, "Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous." You know what I'm saying? And this is really talking about, you know, man and his wife. You know what I'm saying? Husband and wife. But at the same time, look at Jonathan and Peter, man. You know what I'm saying? Their brotherly loves to one another was greater of the love of a man and a woman, man. You know what I'm saying? And you slowly losing that if you want to start slipping back into the world and doing things of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? And that's what's so great about the brethren, you know what I'm saying? Because it helps you keep on point for things that you slipping up that you can't see.
Yeah, that's right. This is Hebrews 13 and 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifices Yahweh is well pleased. You know? Hey, so don't forget. Every chance you get, you're able to communicate with a brother, do so. You know? Link up with a brother, do it. You know? Because like it says, because of such things, such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased. You know? Hey, and sometimes you are gonna have to make that sacrifice. Let's say you're busy the whole week with work or whatnot, and now you have a day for yourself. It's you spend it with your girl, you spend it with your son, daughter, kids, or you spend it with the brother. Sometimes, yeah, you're gonna have to make that sacrifice, you know, and choose the brotherhood, you know, and the Most High is pleased in that, you know, because you're choosing spiritual things instead of carnal things, you know. The scriptures say, "He that loveth
Boy.
he that loveth mother, you know, father, son, daughter more than me is not worthy of me." So you got to be able to say, "Damn, this is the only time I have to hang out with my brethren." You know, I also haven't hanged out with my wife and kids, but you know what? Hey, I'm gonna do things according to salvation. I want to be saved, so let me go chill with the brethren because I know it's gonna be more beneficial towards my spirit, towards my salvation. You know, hey, because if you choose your wife, well, you're choosing things of the flesh. You know.
Because the scriptures talk about, you know, he that has wife, you know, thinks upon things concerning the world. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, yeah, how he may please his wife,
yeah.
you know.
But in you know, it's just one scripture says that the book of chapter 4, verse 28, for as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more, man. Hey, man, so we coming back and to this knowledge, man, and to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Most High. Hey, man, you gotta seek him 10 times more, man. You know, you gotta sacrifice more. You gotta sacrifice your family. You know, your work, your job. You know, or the gym time or whatever you have going on in your life, man. You know, to serve the Lord, man. You know,
Right.
this has got to be your main priority, man. You know, doing this work, man. You know, doing your Father's will, man.
Right, because a lot of time what Jake does that is because they get comfortable. So now that they get used to it, so now it's like, whatever, you know. Nah, hey, you're supposed to have that love and that fear that you had since the beginning, you know. you can't get complacent and just start looking at things lightly because now you're used to it. You know, you still gotta have that. Oh damn, you know, get that happiness. Like, oh hey, my brother and are getting together at this brother's house. Man, man, I'm gonna do everything in my power to, you know, to be there. You know, man, I'm feeling like shit. You know, let me go over there because I know that will boost my spirit up. You know.
That's right. I got precept. This is James chapter 4, verse 17. It says, therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. You know, and a part of doing good, man, in the Lord's eyes is to go be with the brothers, man, and fight for our salvation, man. You know, that's why the scripture says, those who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. We're all trying to do that, man. And we're all trying to help each other do that. We're all trying to help each other get in the right mindset to do that, man. You know, that's why the Lord set up. He chose different men, man. You know, with different aspects of life. You know, from different walks of life. It's a brotherhood. And that's strong, man. You know, like before the truth. You know, I had friends, but they were real wishy-washy. You know, they would say, "Oh, that you know, those are my brothers, and or we're brothers," but you know, it's nothing. It's nothing compared to how spiritually connected this brotherhood is, man. It's nothing. It's nothing like that, man. This is a deep spiritual. This is the deepest you can go, man, as far as brotherhood, man.
Hey, this is family, man. This is family. Hey, Yahweh said it. Who is my mother, my sister, my brother? But those who do the will of my Father. If you consider yourself a man of the Lord, you know, you gotta be with men of the Lord. Other men of the Lord that you know that are in this in truth and in sincerity. You know,
That's right.
you take this lightly. You're taking the family lightly. You know, you're not like it's nothing. You know, so you gotta want to be in the family reunions, so to speak,
the con.
the family gatherings. You know.
It's wonderful.
This is Sirach chapter 27 and verse 9. It says, the birds will resort unto their light, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, where you gonna find ones that practice truth in her, you know what I'm saying, in wisdom, men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Be like minded, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see a seagull hang around with a geese. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see geese hanging around vultures. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be around their kindness, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they do the same things, they love the same things. You know what I'm saying? They like the same things. You know. And I'm gonna skip to uh uh. It says yeah, that's pretty much it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Kind of, I got one. This is Hebrews 10 and 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. You know, hey, and clearly, man, the prophecies are speaking. You know, Apostle Tahar just deemed 2018 the year of prophecy. Hey, so through the Spirit, a lot of more prophecies are gonna come to pass. You know, we are in the last days, so how much more are you gonna want to be around brother? Or you know, you're supposed to want to be around brother. You know, this is not forsaking as the assembly of ourselves as some is. You know, so don't be like those other niggas, man. Be with the brotherhood. Hey, put your flesh under subjection. You know, be able to control your flesh. You know, no matter how tired you are, if you know you haven't been around the brotherhood for a couple days, you know, hey, make that sacrifice. And the Most High, hey, I just read it. He is well pleased in that. You know, uh,
Okay.
You know,
Well, Amos 3:3 it says, can two walk together lest they be agreed? You know what I'm saying? So who the Lord's gonna be more who is how about you more likely gonna be agreed with? The men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Which we hope to be part of the elect. So if you yourself hope to be part of the elect, then guess what? You're gonna be around like-minded men. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have entered into other men's labors, like it says in John 4:38. You know what I'm saying? And for you can, huh?
That's powerful.
Yeah, and with you continuing in that, that means you got to be amongst those men. You know?
I got one. This is Sirach 8:8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them thou shalt learn instruction, and how to serve great men with ease. You know, it says acquaint thyself with their proverbs. You know, how are you going to learn their proverbs? You know, how are you going to learn instruction if you're not amongst the brotherhood? You know, you got to be amongst the brotherhood, and of course, the most of the knowledge is going to come from the elders. You know, the ones that were here before you. Hey, but even the younger Akim will motivate you. Even though a younger Akim will say something, you're like, damn, man, that brother is cold, man. You know, hey, iron sharpen iron. I'll bring that heat back on you. You know, it says, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth. You know, so don't, this is miss not. You know, so whenever the brotherhood, you know, is together, you know, you're gonna have elders amongst the brotherhood. You know, so miss it not. You know, you gotta wanna be there. You know, it says and of them thou shalt learn understanding. You know, so if you're not when brothers are congregate around when brethren are congregating, you're not gonna learn that instruction. You know, you're not gonna learn understanding. You know, and it says and to give answer as need required. You know, scriptures say, "Be ready to give an answer of those that ask of the faith." You know, and in order for you to do that, you gotta learn. You gotta be amongst brothers and for them to teach you, for you to be in that vibration. You know, hey, a lot of times, man, a lot of times when you learn things is by conversations. You hear the elders talking about this. You hear you just brethren just having a conversation, and it's like, damn, oh, I never looked at it like that. Oh, that's the breakdown to that. You know, a lot of that comes from just simple conversations. You know, and if you're not with the brotherhood, you're gonna miss all those conversations. You know, and those conversations might not seem that deep and all that, but when you look back at certain conversations, they're really helpful. You know, I could end up with this, and if you guys have some.
This is Sirach chapter 33, verse 14. It says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be a part of that good side, man. You know what I'm saying? But when you on the good side, you gonna do things pertaining to that good side, man. You know what I'm saying? Which means being around the brethren. You know what I'm saying? Because it keeps you positive. You know what I'm saying? You know, anything negative is where Satan, Shaitan, you know what I'm saying, can pretty much just find an avenue, you know what I'm saying, just to bring you back in the world.
Right, you'll be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, easy to get.
Hands down.
Yep. God, this is 2 Peter 3:10. It says, but the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Now, it said, the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. No, it could be that one night when brothers are congregating and you decide not to go, that's when martial law hits. That's when shit starts hitting the fan. And now because you decided not to fellowship, not to be with around the brotherhood, now you're stuck by yourself. And now what? Those that actually got together, now they're together. You know? Hey, when those times comes, man, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, I'm with a brother, you know? I'm amongst brethren, you know? Hey, because it'll be a lot easier for me to go through this with my brother than myself, you know? So it's, you know, hey, the closer we're getting to the end, the more you should want to be around brothers and less around niggas, less around family, you know? Hey, we're soldiers. You know, we're soldiers, so we can't be entangled in this world, you know? We got to be able to forsake that, you know? Because then if you don't, when she hits the fan, that's all you're gonna be thinking about, you know. And you completely you're gonna lose it. You're gonna be gone, man. This is verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, so you knowing that all this the famine is coming, you know, a famine of the word, actual famine, martial law, you know, nukes. So you seen that it says, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? You know? So now that you see all these prophecies coming, you should be more in all holy conversation. And that word conversation goes back to conduct. You know? In all holy conduct. You know? Being more in tune with the Spirit. You know? Being more around brethren. You know, doing more for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, having that tunnel vision, man. You know, because the closer we get to the end, the more shit you're gonna have to cut out. You know, we're coming into times where we're not gonna be able to do regular shit, like walking down to the corner store. You know, there might be a time where you get up and then you try to turn on your water and no water comes up. You know? Hey, so I hope you brethren were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know, and if you got the brotherhood, you know, stick to it. Take heed. Communicate with them. You know? And with that, you know, we're going to give all praises and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yasharallah that rule well. And salutations to you Akim that are out there pushing out this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba.